Welcome to another insightful episode of the No Limits Life podcast, where mindset, mastery, and momentum collide. Today's guest is proof that starting young, staying curious, and sticking to your values can lead to lasting financial freedom and meaningful impact. True wealth isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in freedom, balance, and purpose. Our guest today is Adam Amante, a third-generation investor who began learning about money in the 5th grade. That early spark turned into a lifelong passion and a career helping others take charge of their financial futures. He earned 3 degrees from the University of North Carolina, became debt-free by using the dividends from his own investments, and founded Fortress Financial Solutions in 2007. For over 18 years, Adam has offered personalized wealth management and financial planning with a refreshing focus on truly serving people's best interests. He's a husband, a father of 4, and someone who brings compassion, hard work, and a dose of dry humor into everything he does. Please welcome to the podcast a grounded, wise, and purpose-driven investor, Adam Amante.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Adam, we're thrilled to have you here on the show.
It's my pleasure.
That quote, true wealth is measured in freedom, balance, and purpose, seems to mirror how you've built your business and your life. What does it mean to you personally?
You know, it takes me back to learning from my mother, and I like to joke that I grew up on the couch. She was a therapist. So everything that I learned about relating with people, connecting with them, and helping them came from her and out of her heart and her ethos. So it means living life completely, you know, having your heart and your mind aligned. Mm-hmm. Some people lead more with their emotions, some people lead more with their thoughts, and it's okay if one is more dominant than another, but having them have a conversation so that we can bring all that we are as a human being together and have that bear on whatever it is we have in front of us.
So it's alignment.
Yes.
Creating harmony in your life. And that is the true definition of wealth.
It is. It is. Also having something that lights your fire. Mm-hmm. You have to have a spark, passion. Something that really gets you going.
Passion.
Yes. Something you have a passion for.
Passion and drive.
Yeah.
You know, more often than not, people confuse the two. Mm-hmm. Drive and passion. Yeah. Well, drive is what fuels passion. So
nice.
You have to have both. Mm-hmm. It's important. Tell me a little bit more about that, the couch and the therapy from Mom.
You know, I felt like I was a patient half the time, a son another half of the time.
That's what I was thinking.
So, you know, she got to practice on me a lot. But it helped me to understand people. Mm-hmm. But also, you know, life is beautiful, but life can be hard too.
Life is what you make of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I learned from her to have a baseline approach of positivity and gratitude.
That's coming from a mom and you're listening to all these positive feedback.
Yeah.
Where is the balance between the negative and the positive? Where did you gain wisdom about the negative side of life?
Through experience, of course.
Okay, that's what it's not always rosy. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You know, it's awesome to have a therapist as a mom. My father wasn't some sort of he was a storyteller. Uh-huh. You know, and trust me, not all he said was positive, but that created harmony between all of these, you know, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual aspects of our lives. When that happens, then we have true wealth. Ken?
So, Adam, yes. I got a word from you that is going to describe you every time I see you. I'm going to call you Sparky. As you said, Sparky. So core values. Let's talk about core values for a minute.
Sure.
How does your core values kind of translate into your business life? You know, investing, helping your clients, that kind of stuff.
You know, you're the same person when you're at home, when you're in the shower, when you're at work. That's the way I view it. So, you know, treating people how I would want to be treated. That's what I shoot for, and most of the time we're there. But it's having clients' interests first. Zig Ziglar is so famous, and what he said, if you
love Zig Ziglar.
Take care of other people, they will take care of you. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's really it. So it's really coming from a heart of service, and it's hearing people, because you can't really hear people and help them unless you understand them.
Mm-hmm. So I think there's a tremendous amount of truth in what you're saying, and I would go as far as listening. Mm-hmm. Too many people hear you, but they don't listen.
Yes.
And that's the big thing. When you are at service and you working with clients, it is easy to get entangled in your own ego and get lost in transition while you're trying to help these people. But it's helping people is a very, you hear people saying, oh, yeah, I love to help people. And, that always remind me of the pageant winner. The first question they ask, what would you like to do? I mean, what do you want to do? I'm Miss World now, or I'm Mr. World, and I want to help the world.
Yeah.
And I want to help people. It's not that easy.
No.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm glad you asked, because it plays right into our mission and our vision too. Our vision is to make in the 21st century, to make abundance a worldwide norm. So we want financial abundance to be a worldwide norm for the 21st century. That's what they call a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal, and it's intended to be.
It's a lofty goal.
It is, and it opens up our doors to serve and help anyone.
Yeah, and that, I think it's fair to say that when we think about abundance, whether it's abundance in mind, body, or otherwise, I can't help to think about abundance for the world, not only here in America, and
absolutely
for the world. Because if the world is abundant and people are living in wealth and are happy, then it just reflects back to us.
Yeah.
But I think that we need to think about how to make not only this country abundant, but how can we help in making the rest of the world abundant?
Yes.
It's a very, like I said earlier, a very lofty task.
It is.
When you started learning about money in grade school, what drew you into finance and wealth management, and how did that evolve into founding Fortress Financial?
Well, part of it was I didn't know any better. So, what do I mean by that? Well, let's back up. So in 5th grade, I was in home ec class, and home economics is just such a tremendous thing where you learn about finance, you learn about so many basic things that, I see as relevant today that in a way I would like to see that brought back because they're just these things for life.
You mean it's gone?
What do you mean by it's not part of the curriculum?
Back? Oh, okay.
They
don't teach home ec anymore in school?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, that's schools.
Is shop gone too?
For most places, yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. So all
woodworking and plastics. I love those classes.
So you went from there and?
Yeah, and then when I was 18, I opened up my first E-Trade account when I could, and I started trading, and that was amazing, a lot of fun. One of the most emotional experiences I had, I was actually trading when 9/11 happened, and that is such a sacred and hallowed time. You could feel it through the internet, and I was trading in the pre-market. That's what they call before the markets open up for their normal thing. I was just kind of scouting around, doing my usual thing. And it was kind of like in the Matrix when they touch the wall and the wall goes, and I was like, what is this?
You use the term amazing a lot.
Yes.
Amazing and fun. And I know that there's a lot of hard work there. I know that. There is no way, to build wealth, financial or otherwise, without, effort. But like I said in past episodes, when you're passionate and you're driven, that word effort becomes so much lighter. The hard work becomes manageable.
Yeah.
It becomes almost like you mentioned earlier, fun.
Because I was so connected to the industry, and really for the people that, personalities that you hear and you follow, knowing that their lives are impacted and just seeing the community come together
and
out of tragedy.
It makes you want, when tragedy strikes, community rises, you know, and people want, like we said earlier, help each other. And it becomes a personal mission, almost a spiritual mission.
Well, it just lit my fire, because out of the
Lit
ashes,
my fire.
you know, this is who we are.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's so.
I love
It hits that spiritual aspect of, you know, of each person. You know, when you really want to help because tragedy, stroke, or any event that pushes you to be better than yourself and be at the service of humanity. Then it becomes very much a spiritual act.
So Fortress Financial, that's the name of your company, right?
Yes, it is.
And how long have you had the company?
Started in 2000 and became a registered investment advisor in 2007.
Okay, just before 2008.
It was perfect timing.
Oh, that's great. Great. Well, if you start at the bottom, there's only one way to go, right?
It was great. You know, if I wasn't seasoned and hadn't been trading on my own going through that, I remember having conversations with people. There's one person in particular, solid guy, said, "Why am I paying you money for me to be sitting here in cash?" And I said, "Watch what the market does today and call me back tomorrow and let's see."
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
So your mission, from what I remember, is putting people first?
It is.
So what does that all mean to you, putting people first? I mean, everybody says, "Oh, we put people first," but how does that set you apart from maybe other companies that do the exact same thing? What makes you special?
Sure. A lot of things in there. So we are fiduciaries. And so we are fee only.
What does fiduciary mean?
Yeah, it's a very fancy word. Tony Robbins does a fantastic explanation on fiduciary. But what it means is we truly have to work in someone else's best interest.
Okay.
And the way that we embody that is we try to put on someone else's skin and understand life from them. And when we're giving a recommendation, we want it to be a recommendation that suits them. But how can we do that unless we listen and we get to understand what's important to them?
So are you, as a fiduciary, are you obligated to put your clients before making profit
100%
in the stock market 100%. For yourself?
So, Adam, and so I think it's working with the whole person.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
Not just in one aspect. You also, I think you're including their well-being in there, and making sure that they are going to be okay. In terms of not only finance but everything else. So it's same in high performance coaching. We put ourselves, you know, into that person. We try to embody them and see what they tell us. It's deep listening, not hearing.
Right.
It's deep listening. So what does it mean? Deep listening, it means be there, listen until you don't exist anymore. You don't, just the person in front of you is the person who is the important person. Okay, and that is valid in a relationship too. When you refuse to listen, you just hear your significant other or your kid, you're not going to create any solution to your problems. You know, and to me, if you give them that gift, because it's a gift. When ego gets in the way, you don't listen. You're busy making the answers, creating answers before you heard the question. And that is ego-based hearing. Love-based listening is that what I'm talking about. It's a deep listening. I wanted to mention something and ask you about, you mentioned these several times where the economy went completely chaotic, not only in the U.S., but in the world. And as far as I remember, there are at least four different instances. 2001, 2008, 2011, and then pandemic 2019, 2020.
Right.
How did you deal with that? What did you see coming crashing down?
Each one was different and for different reasons. And you have to kind of study and unravel it, because I believe the market functions as this incredible unconscious. And we have to, I encourage myself, but others, to put ourselves in the position of being the student of the market, listening to what it is saying and what it is telling us, and then moving again in alignment with that. So, each one was different. Y2K, was like, whoa, what's that?
Yeah, I remember.
And it turned out to be all right.
Yeah.
We talked about 9/11. That was something just devastating. And then what happened in 2007 and 8, we had synchronous crumbling of sectors of the economy based on, fake mortgages, inflated housing prices,
Lehman Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. And so the pandemic, they're all different, but we all make it through this, and we make it through together. So we have to study why it's happening and then respond appropriately.
Yeah, why it's happening and respond, exactly.
So in 2025, because this is going to be dated at some point, right? This is forever. People are going to be able to watch this.
Well, it's dated the moment we say it.
Right, 10 years from now, okay? But this is 2025.
Sure.
What month are we in? May. No, April.
Yep.
April 2025.
Yep.
And the market's been going down the last couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
Would you tell people to panic and jump off the ship, or what would you tell them?
No, it's been historic, the route. And when things are down, 15% in 3 days, now is not the time to sell,
So would you tell them don't panic, or would you?
I would say review what you have, see where you are. Panic, when you make a choice out of panic, it is not good. That's when we talk about having your heart and your mind in balance.
And that's exactly what I was going to delve in.
Cool.
Reactivity versus response.
Yes.
Okay. One is driven by ego, the other is driven by heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. One is jumping and defending itself. Mm-hmm. The other is gathering facts and evidence, studying.
Yeah.
And getting back into, war, to battle.
Yes.
It's retreat. Okay, the word retreat, when people go on a retreat to a resort, it really means they're stepping back from stress and going in those places, as in those sanctuaries, to recoup, to rejuvenate, so they can get back to combat.
Yes.
In life.
Yes.
And that is, to me, responding, not reacting.
Yes.
And you have, and I can see that, you have the ability to do that. You're very paused, you're very calm, and it can be chaotic inside sometimes, but you know how to manage it.
Yeah.
That's because you don't react, you respond.
Yes.
And that is, what I would tell everyone there. Panic, as you said, is not the greatest thing to do. Is to step back. Okay, there's 1,001 things that can go wrong, but you'll be just fine.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So 10 years from now, somebody's watching this. So what are you going to tell them? Let's see if your prediction is right. Do you think we'll be okay in the very near future, or do you think everything's falling apart?
I don't know about the very near future, but I believe in the system. I believe in what we're doing as, a people. This is one of the most exciting times to be alive. And people can forget about that when they're mired in the chaos. And when you're in the chaos and the decline, you have to feel your emotions. You can't deny them, because that's your intellect invalidating your emotions. And that's not a recipe for success either. It's like you're self-defeating. And that's one of the things we try to teach people not to do. And so that, again, the baseline of optimism and positivity, the statistics going back 100 years say 3 out of 4 years the markets go up. 1 out of 4 years it goes down. So we have this written out in our piece. It's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it pays to be optimistic because it does. So in 10 years, I firmly believe that people will be wealthier, healthier, and better than we are today. I mean, you've got things like artificial intelligence, you've got quantum computing, you've got robotics, miniaturization, all these things, genomics, these transformative inventions. And that is one of the great things is invention. Out of invention come new things. And out of that creativity comes value.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's beautiful what you said, because I look at it as an enhancement of humanity. It's what's happening right now with AI and everything else. It just enhances who we truly are. You know what I mean? If we are denying this technology and stepping away from it, you're not going to evolve, and that's evolution. And we need to understand, and I think it's important to understand that it enhances who we are, and I believe we'll be better off, in 10 years from now. There's something that you mentioned several times, and I'm a good listener, and
I can see that.
And chaos is the word.
Yes.
And I can't help to think, but the lotus flower, it's beautiful and strong. It sits on a bed of mud, and it never is disturbed, despite the chaos around it.
Yeah.
So we need to be like the lotus flower, beautiful and strong, without reactivity, just listening. I think that's one of the most important things that people need to think about. It. We are going to have, events, negative or positive or tragedy. Like I said earlier, 1001 event can go wrong, will be just fine.
Yes.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for your wonderful approach to finance and to life.
Well, thank you.
It's both refreshing and empowering. So thank you for being in the show, and good luck with you and family and business.
So you mentioned Zig Ziglar, who's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, and now you have Nordine's book. And it's a great book. Trust me, I've read the book cover to cover. I love it.
Thank you.
To all of our listeners, if Adam's story opened your eyes, you gained some wisdom, some knowledge, please do. You can do all four things for us, actually, but please share this, subscribe, leave a review, and keep living your no limits life.